How's it going today? Hey, this is Vinnie. This is Sunday Funday with Vinnie at the World According to Vinnie. Oh, gonna be a good one today. Hey, I'm rocking out my fire department shirt, and the reason is today on this episode of Sunday Funday, we're going to talk about the top 5 guitarists from Guitar Works magazine. Before I go into that, I wanted, since I wore my fire department shirt, I knew some really good guitar players in that band. I'll never forget when I'm seeing for the first time Alan Needham and Tony Bowles doing Long Stick Goes Boom at the Toy Tiger. And I remember that. And then it was Alan Needham and Mike Hatfield, who's got a CD. He's doing his solo stuff. And then I remember we had then there was John Huffman and Alan Needham. And I'm thinking, am I forgetting anybody? I'm trying to think. Tony Bowles, Mike Hatfield, John Huffman. I think that's it. I'm trying to think the times I've seen them, but great guitar players. Great guitar players. So today we're going to talk about, they have a top 100. Actually, my girlfriend Sherry, we were listening to Classic Rewind on Sirius XM, and there this month of April, it's top 100 guitarists. And I just thought I would do something on the top 5 rock guitarists by Guitar World Magazine. So let's put the first picture up. There you go. First one is Brian May from Queen. That was number 1. I guess I should have went 5 to 1, but you know what? I'm just doing it this way. I kind of was shocked a little bit as the picture's up there. But Brian, true pioneer of tone, and I guess really his unique guitar. He had a guitar called the Red Special. It was built with his father when I think he was 13 or 14. Very unusual guitar. But his tone, and you can instantly recognize by having him play a single note. You can do that. And there's the picture of Brian. You know, when Brian found this out, his response, being the reigning popular champion of guitar, his quote was, "I'm absolutely speechless. I'm blown away. I have to say it's completely unexpected. I'm deeply touched that people feel that way about me." And then the one thing he said was, he mentioned, "I guess I just tried to play from my heart," and that's about it. So that was Brian May, number 1. So the next one I'm going to put up on the screen, a picture, you'll see it, Jimi Hendrix. There you are. Jimi Hendrix right there. You know, after 2 months after featuring Jimmy on the cover of the Guitar magazine, they find themselves talking once again about his influence. Perhaps it's no surprise Jimmy frequently tops the online best guitarist polls, so deep in his influence. There's a good chance you already use a raft of technique and sound he pioneered. It turns out you'd be in good company. You know, it's just amazing. You know, you remember him setting his guitar on fire. And I think, and I don't quote me on this, I think he played left-handed, but I think he turned the guitar upside down, and so he's playing it upside down left-handed. It's the craziest thing, just the craziest thing you've ever seen. And he was just amazing. He was just amazing. So that's number 2. Number 3, Led Zeppelin fans, Jimmy Page. Let's put a picture up of Jimmy Page. There you go. Jimmy Page. Unbelievable. You know, I guess in Orlando, and between every song he's playing those riffs, he said that somebody played it to me, and I thought, wow, these are great hits, great riffs. They never got used again, but they just come out on the spur of the moment. He was such an inspiring time playing the way he did. He inspired people. And as he said, we were always absolutely on top of it. You know, I mean, when you think of riffs, it's hypnotic. You know, he had that bluesy, which coming out of Africa, we didn't know what was going on, what he did. But the trick here is coordinating, as he said, the 6-string palm mutes between the other notes. Try using alternate picking for the first 3 upbeats and downstrokes for the rest. He was just one of those guys that, you know, you hear Led Zeppelin music, and, you know, when he had the bow, and he was just amazing. So, I was shocked with this one. And, you know, I guess there's thousands lists, but this one I was shocked. Number 4 was Eddie Van Halen. I would have thought, I didn't think Brian May would have made number 1, but this is voted, I think, maybe from their peers. But Eddie Van Halen, let's put a picture of Eddie Van Halen. Unfortunately, we lost Eddie. We lost him this year. So let's put a picture up of Eddie. There it is. But, you know, quoting him, I'm a very rhythmic player out of necessity because, believe it or not, we used to play without a bass player. I guess when him and Alex started, he had a tendency to try to fill everything himself. But I had to because there was no other instrument. On tremolo picking, it's just kind of spasm. The guys who use small, I guess they call plectrums, are the guys who pick the way I can't. And he said on using a mix of picking techniques, he said, it's just been part of my playing for so long that I don't think about it. If you have to think about it, you better go home and practice some more. You know, he said, I relate a lot of things to racing. Things happen in a nanosecond, so you better be ready to respond. But yeah, if I couldn't do it, I wouldn't do it. The less thinking I do, the better. Get out of the way. You know, and a couple things that a combination of picking and pulling offs is one of Eddie's secrets that gives the illusion of really fast picking speed. Practice this lick slowly, ensure a good snap on the pull-offs, and you'll get a sound similar to picking with only half of the effort. So that was Eddie Van Halen. I mean, you remember, you know, how he's tapping, and, you know, I was done before him, but he made it famous. So now, number 5, Eric Clapton. Let's put Eric's picture up there. There we go. You know, he said this. He goes, it's unrecordable. That was the verdict of a shell-shocked engineer in March 1966 as a 21-year-old Eric Clapton plugged a 1960 Les Paul into a 1962 Marshall 2x12 combo, dialed up the volume, and detonated Decca Studios. You know, and then he was quoted saying, I thought the obvious solution was to get an amp and play it as loud as it would go. The guitarist reasoned of his approach to the trailblazing Blues Breakers album with John Mayall until it was just about to burst. It's fair to say that history has proved the engineer wrong that saw a young man. The guitarist was not only recordable, but revolutionary, lighting the fuse on the British blues boom, jostling with Jimi Hendrix as the era's ultimate guitar hero, reaffirming his status as guitar legend ever since. Wow. It's just amazing, these guitar players. So I want to do a little something. Actually, like I said, my girlfriend Sherry said, why don't you do something on guitars? April is guitarist month is what they're pushing.